Welcome back to another episode. If you haven't already, please hit that like button, subscribe, keep up to date what I'm trying to share with you guys. So what I wanted to talk about today was the Wodapalooza online qualifiers have just finished for individual athletes, as well as the Chasing Better Throwdown that's over in Perth this year. And we're just going to have a look at the leaderboard. So we'll start with the Chasing Better Throwdown because it's obviously the first competition is coming up in November. So we have Royce Dunn on the men's side who came first on 346 points. Then we've got Jack Fleming who came second on 306 points. There's some other big names in there. So we've got not a really big name. We've got Kieran Power. He did compete at Torian Pro for the first time this year. He's Perth based. And we've got John Champion. He's competed several times for different sanctionals and stuff. He came sixth. So they're both two Perth people who have qualified. In ninth place, Calm Porter. Now, obviously, Calm Porter's been travelling around and stuff and been on holidays. So for him still to finish ninth, even though he hasn't been taking his training as seriously, is still pretty good. In 11th place, we had Costa Ilic. He's obviously a well-known athlete, once again another Perth athlete. So obviously this competition is held over in WA in Perth and it'll be in November. So there is a lot of athletes from over there who have qualified. Jacob Wheeler, so he says that he fluked his qualification to Down Under recently and he finished 19th in the Chasing Better Throwdown qualifiers. So he's obviously doing something right in his training with what he's doing because he's still finishing in these qualifying spots even though he says he isn't training to his highest potential. So Chasing Better Throwdown is actually taking 30 athletes to into the competition on the RX side. And then if we have a look at the women's side, there definitely wasn't as many women. So keep in mind that this competition is 1 week before the Down Under Championships. So there isn't, obviously, there would be a lot of athletes who had already qualified for Down Under who don't want to risk that. Now with Down Under offering a prize pool of $125,000, we don't know exactly how much is getting divvied out to each category. However, so Chasing Better Throwdown is offering $10,000 in prize money to the first place finishers in the RX male and RX female division. Now that's a lot of money for a small competition. So if we have a look at the females who have qualified, so like I said, there wasn't as many females who registered. There was only 23 females and 2 of those didn't actually do any of the qualifier workouts. So only 22 athletes competed. Now out of that, first place was Grace Walton. I believe she's a Perth-based athlete. I just have to double check with that. Second place is Laura Clifton. So obviously I've spoken to Loz in the past. You know, she tried to go teams this year. She did go to the games the year before as an individual athlete, and now she's decided to go back to individual and focus on herself this year. So she came second. Then we've got in 4th place Georgia Otto. It'll be exciting to see her compete. And then 7th place is actually my friend Jade Batten. So she's tied with Sonia Moray for 7th place as well. However, this is super awesome for Jade. Jade's been putting in a lot of hard work. So she's my friend who owns CrossFit Midnight Life. So I'm excited for her. I was a little bit disappointed. Not disappointed, I was a bit sad that she didn't do the Down Under qualifiers. However, I think this is going to be a great comp for her. It's a little bit smaller, not as much pressure. And it's a great opportunity for her to see how she goes. Now in 10th place is Tiffany Furness. So Tiffany actually trains out of Wagga as well, so I've known Tiffany for a while. She's a super strong athlete. The only thing that lets Tiffany down a little bit is her mental side. So she actually comes from a high-level gymnastics background, and then going into CrossFit, she seems to lack that ability to be able to push past into that dark zone and keep going. She kind of breaks down a bit. So I hope she's been working on that since Torian Pro, because I noticed that at Torian Pro when she was competing with Jade. But I think that she'll be able to do really well at the Chasing Better Throwdown. She doesn't have many weaknesses. It's more of her mental weakness that she has. Now, if we look at the Wodapalooza, so if we look at the Elite RX women's side, Caitlin Van Zyl, so she was on Team CrossFit Urban for the last 2 years at the CrossFit Games. She's competed at the CrossFit Games numerous times as an individual athlete. She has also done Wodapalooza several times as an individual athlete. So she actually won the online qualifiers for Wodapalooza, which is super, super awesome, because there was like way more people than I expected. There was 275 people who actually signed up in the Elite RX Women's division, and she came first. So that was super cool to see an Aussie leading the leaderboard, and especially someone like Caitlin, who has 2 kids. She has 2 affiliates. They're opening their 3rd affiliate, I think, this weekend. You know, she has so much stuff on her plate that she actually tries to juggle all the stuff. I don't know how she does it. She has very little sleep, trains super hard. She's actually just signed up with Underdogs Athletics, so she's now doing their programming and getting coached by Justin Kotler, which will be really good for her, I think, having someone, because I don't think she's actually had a coach in the past. So having someone like that, like Justin, in her corner will definitely do wonders for her. On the Elite men's side, the winner was Fabian Benito Sellers. I've never heard of him before. So he actually won the Elite individual qualifiers. There isn't really many athlete names that I know in the top, because obviously there are athletes who get invites to these events. So, you know, like, even though these people are qualified and stuff, there are still all of the elite individual athletes who would have received personal invites to attend without having to do the qualifiers. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm excited to have a fair few competitions coming up that we can have a look at and review, and it'll be awesome fun. So just to recap on what I've been up to the last couple of weeks, I've been pretty quiet on here. So last vlog I was talking about how I had the hip injury and stuff, and so it's kind of settled down. Ended up having a labral tear, like a mild one. Seems to have healed itself, which is pretty good. I haven't really done much exercise or anything. I did go to the snow with my school kids for a week, so that was pretty awesome. So that's why I've been away. And then when I got back to work, I was so busy tidying up all my last minute things and stuff. And then I flew out to Queensland and just spent the last 3 days at a country music festival. So that was fun. Did that with Jay, and now just chilling in Brisbane at the moment. I'm actually going to catch up with Evan Morris today, and then I've got a few other people that I'm going to do some vlogs with to bring you guys a little bit more content of actual athletes and stuff here in Australia. So if you would like to see particular athletes, let me know. I'll see what I can do. I don't have too much time because I have to be back in Mildura by the 5th. So I only have really a week to try and get as many people as I can get done. But yeah, looking forward to it. Should be fun, and can't wait to see you guys in the next vlog. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next one, crew. Cheers.